side. 2 to the 5, and to the 4 is Harbin. Rice, a career high 114 yards today receiving. 3rd and goal now. Favre going to throw it far side and overthrows the intended receiver, and that was Rice. Remember he said about Sidney Rice that he loves to have Rice go one-on-one.
Well, that was going to be nothing but a jump ball against the 5'11" Fabian Washington. That's all this is. That's just posting him up. But Brett, I don't know if it was Ed Reed coming in late that forced that, or if Brett just lost control of it. But that thing sailed away harmlessly.
Ryan Longwell from 22 yards out. And the Vikings salvage 3 on the drive with 2:05 to play in the 3rd. Theirs is a 10-point lead. The Vikings 20 and Baltimore 10.
That's still a disappointment after a big play like that, to get that close. Anytime you're forced to come away with a field goal, there's a bit of a bad taste in your mouth. That's not what you were looking for.
The 3 Viking quarterbacks.
But you saw Brett talking to Tavares Jackson there, the quarterback of the Vikings, before Brett got here, and it's been tough on Jackson to talk. Was Brett coming? Was he not coming? But, you know, let's be realistic. Brett Favre, when he's healthy, can provide options for this team that Tavares Jackson cannot. It's got nothing to do with Tavares Jackson. It's got everything to do with Brett Favre and what he's still capable of doing. Like Brett told us, I still feel, yes, maybe I can't do some of the things I used to be able to do, but I can still make all the throws. He said there is no throw that I want to make where I think to myself beforehand, I'm 40 and I can't do it.
John Harbaugh says he can still do it. He may have to load up a little bit on the long ones, but he does, and he does it well.
And he also said he doesn't want to get hit. And I'm thinking, well, that's a pretty long list of NFL quarterbacks that I think you could put in that category.
I think that if you're going to list the guys who'd like to get hit, you may have to go all the way back to Joe Cat.
Bobby Douglas.
Webb from his own 8. Running room. 40. Up the sideline and close to midfield. Carl Pema knocks him down. Jared Allen calling for the fans to back them up. Flacco under pressure, shakes it, has time, throwing it deep down to the goal line. It is incomplete. Derek Mason battling a couple of defenders down there.
Well, for Joe Flacco, that's not the way they practiced it, having somebody in his face right away. But when he got a chance to plant, he launched it, but it just stayed in the air way too long. There's just no way to get it down there. But on the rebound, Mason almost able to make a play on it after Medeo Williams comes over and bats it away. Ooh, that was
close.
That was close.
2nd and 10.
Really close.
Flacco over the middle, and that is complete across midfield.
Man, there's a lot to like about this second-year guy from Rutgers.
3rd and 5 for Flacco. He needs the 41 of the Vikings. And a throw near side of the field, and that's a bullet complete. And now incomplete on the sideline.
You saw the ball secured, but then you saw it squirt out after Derek Mason was on the ground. This ought to give us a really good look at it here. Look at that throw from Joe Flacco. And he just never gets it put away. That Carl Pema is the defender, and he did an outstanding job of getting his hands wrapped around Mason and onto the football to knock it out. That was fantastic coverage.
And that'll be a disappointment on the Baltimore side of the field, because that was an awfully good throw.
A great throw, a good job of trying to get it by Mason, but give Pema credit.
Jamar Johnson is deep, going to let it bounce inside the 10, and it rolls into the end zone for the touchback. Favre and company from the 20. Peterson. And the clock running, 40 seconds to the end of the third quarter.
Again, this has pretty much been the way things have gone for Adrian Peterson since he busted out for 100 in their opening game against Cleveland. He hasn't topped the century mark yet. He's up there 76 yards today, but it's been a grind. And we asked him about, are you frustrated? There have been a lot of articles written about it. He said, heck no, I will trade wins and touchdowns for yards anytime.
His reputation does precede him, doesn't it?
Yeah.
28 again, and this time brought down by number 55, Terrell Suggs, as time runs down. Greg Gumbel, Dan Deerdorf, back in Minneapolis for the start of the fourth quarter. Fish changed his name while I was away.
At least he got my name right.
Peterson in the backfield on first down from the 24. Pump fake, Favre over the middle, and that is complete to Peterson out of the backfield for a first down.
And that's something I know the Vikings would love to do, get Brett and Adrian Peterson more of a combo in the passing game. Adrian had 10 receptions coming into today's game. That's his third one so far today, and that's the most he's had in a while. You just can't get the ball into number 28's hands often enough.
Number 28 told us yesterday they haven't played their best game offensively yet this year. And this is a high-scoring Minnesota team, averaging more than 31 points a game. Peterson, left side. To about the 38.
You see him give some props to one of his blockers out front, Bryant McKinney. Adrian Peterson, a really popular guy in the locker room, an infectious smile. You talk about a guy who brings it.
How about when we were talking to him, Dan, and you said, I don't know if you remember the last time we saw you, and he said 296?
Yeah. Greg and I were here with our whole CBS crew, and he set the NFL single game rushing record against the Chargers back in 07. 296 big ones. I think he could have had 330 or 340 if he kept playing.
Quick pass far side of the field to Bernard Berrien with a first down. Out to the 46, maybe the 47-yard line.
Well, Bernard Berrien puts on a nice little move right there. Dominique Foxworth comes up, and he has no chance. He just goes into a butt slide as he goes by. That's a new term. I'm not sure that that's been used in the football lexicon before.
Not sure it'll be used again.
Well, I thought it was pretty descriptive.
7 different receivers, 5 straight games. That's distributing the football. Chester Taylor in the backfield now, and Baltimore calls a timeout. First down, Minnesota at their own 47. Favre rolling, throws, complete, across midfield and into Baltimore territory for the first down is Visanthe Shanko.
I think that's the kind of movement, Greg, that Brett was talking to us about. Just the little bootlegs, just the follow through after a play action, rolling out to the backside. Brett Favre always has been very comfortable delivering the ball on the run, and he told us, he said, I'm just as effective doing it now as I've ever been.
Well, credit Darrell Bevel and Brad Childress for being able to keep the heat off of Brett Favre.
Well, there's a lot of give and take going on right now. Brett's hearing it from the receivers, what they like. He's learning what they do well. Keep in mind, everybody, this is still a work in progress.
2nd and 3, Chester Taylor gets the handoff, tries the left side, cuts it back, and that's a first down.
Whoa!
Favre gonna go deep. And the flags are thrown. Bernard Berrien, the intended receiver, Frank Walker was covering.
Well, the blitzer was across the line of scrimmage at the snap. That was Ed Reed. So there's the penalty at the line of scrimmage. And then this one appears to be an interference on Frank Walker. Pretty much of a disastrous pair of penalties that time for the Ravens. Now let's
Although
get the
there's an extended conversation about this one inside the 10.
We've seen flags picked up already.
There are 2 fouls on the play, both against the defense. Offside. Number 20 is declined. Pass interference. Number 41 from the spot of the foul. Automatic. First down.
What a move to get a release by Bernard Berrien. And then you can see there was the first one, and there's the second one. Walker could have been called twice. He actually shoved Berrien in the back, but then he got the arms encircling the head on top of the shoulder pads way before the ball gets there. That's a relatively easy call for the official.
That's a 39-yard pickup on the penalty.
And Brett Favre put a little air under that ball. He got that thing downfield and put it in a position where it could have been caught. Nice throw by the old man.
First and goal. Peterson in the backfield. Peterson left side.
Ray Lewis still can play. This is what you want out of your middle linebacker. Listen in. Perfect. Just perfect.
Adrian Peterson says he loves the way Ray Lewis plays the game. Not sure he was thrilled about it on the last play. Ninth play of this drive, second and goal. Peterson. That staunch Baltimore front.
Think there's a little pride starting to bubble to the surface here for the Ravens. Let's listen again. There's some hitting going on down there. That's big boy football right there. Now, as an offensive lineman, I can tell you, when you're in the huddle, you want another shot at it. You want to run again. The gloves have been dropped. You do not want to go to some fade pattern or something like that. You want a chance to try to run it in again.
Play clock winding down. Favre, play fake, rolling, throws, touchdown. Shanko.
Well, if the offensive lineman had a vote, they'd have gone for the run, but I think they'll settle for the touchdown. Visanthe Shanko is becoming a really favorite target of Brett Favre, but then again, most people that are that wide open are favorite targets. His second touchdown catch of the day, and a mistake by the Baltimore secondary, just letting him go.
And his 5th of the season. The extra point is good.